Hi, and welcome. Last weekend, we decided to take a little road trip to Conway, Arkansas to meet up with some of our Jeeping friends for dinner. I thought that I would share some of the beautiful scenery with you as we travel along, and you will see our little ducks pop in and out of frame, and sometimes the video may get a little wiggly, but riding in the Jeep Wrangler is not a smooth ride, especially on these twisty back roads. Part of our ride was along the Arkansas Quilt Trail and Highway 9, which is where I took these pictures of these old barns and this cabin. And we crossed over this beautiful river, which is called the Red River, but actually it was green today. Before we got to Conway, we stopped in Greenbriar at the Arkansas Peddlers Mall, and y'all, I did not know what to expect when we walked into this place. There are at least two buildings. We only went into two, but there's a lot of stuff to see outside too, and everything is just beautiful. It's some of it is vintage, some of it is new, some of it is antique, some of it is very rustic, and all of it was pretty pricey, I think, because I buy most of my things at thrift stores or garage sales. But that didn't stop me from looking. We spent maybe 2 hours here, and I was completely worn out by the time we stopped looking. We were not finished. We didn't see everything. But man, we saw a lot of beautiful stuff. And I tried to record as much as I could and get the prices for you when I could. Here's Bob's big boy standing outside watching over all of the beautiful garden ornaments and lawn chairs and outdoor furniture. I will mostly just let you look along with me because I can't possibly comment on everything. I don't even remember half of these things that we saw and that I filmed. But I will comment when necessary, so just enjoy the view and shop along with me. I would really love to have an old rusty garden arch. I especially liked these with the benches and the shelves, but I just can't afford this price right now. These birdhouses were certainly unique. I haven't seen anything like them before. We both thought that these large 3D metal stars would be really pretty as a hanging light fixture in our kitchen, so that may be an option eventually. I noticed that a lot of items did not have prices on them. And can I just recommend that if you're going to go to the trouble of putting things for sale in a shop, please put a price on them. They have so many items that could be repurposed into other items. There were even lobster traps, which I'm not sure I filmed, but I thought that was an interesting thing to find in an Arkansas flea market. Now we are moving into the first building. I see these little hens in almost every antique store I go into. I don't remember the price on them though because I've never bought any. I don't collect them. So I don't know if $40 is a good price or not. I was also surprised to find an original Clementine Hunter for only $30. Lots of Fiesta ware in many of the booths and lots of Depression glass. Much of it pink, but none of it Miss America, which is what I have. There were also some beautiful vintage clothing items in 3 or 4 booths: wedding dresses, furs, hats, lingerie. Just very beautiful items if you're into that. This dress still had the original tags on it. I loved this little red and white wooden table and chairs. And then I walked around the corner, and this woman just about scared the life out of me. I recovered quickly, though, when I realized that there was Pyrex and Corningware in the same booth as the mannequin. Lots of pretty pieces in many colors that I don't see often. I have this teal and red little storage containers, but I don't have the bigger yellow piece. I rescued them from my sister's garage sale. There was booth after booth of old kitchen appliances and glassware, just all manner of kitchen items that always catch my eye and steal my heart. More beautiful vintage clothing and hats. And if you're not into taxidermied items, you might want to skip ahead a little bit because I'm going to show a few bears and a moose and a few other things that they had on display. I had no idea how expensive these items would be. Beautiful, barely used jadeite. Lots and lots of vintage linens and handkerchiefs, more quilts, and some beautiful chenille bedspreads. Then there was a whole section of sewing items where I spent a lot of time. I have some of these old hot iron transfers that I use in my junk journals, but I got mine at a thrift store for 25 cents a pack. There were vintage buttons, which I already have way too many of, more quilts, some old patterns, which I also buy at the thrift store. There was fabric and lace and all manner of sewing implements. A lot of these beautiful boxes, which are actually drawers from sewing machine tables, I believe. I didn't buy very much in the whole Peddler's Mall, but I did buy a little bit of this vintage lace. Coming up, you will see a little stuffed cat made from a vintage quilt. I have one of these that I bought at a craft show in Mountain View for $8, and I believe it might be made by the same artist because the face is exactly the same. Now, I wish, please, that this could be my kitchen. I just love all of the aqua and pink. I have a couple of aqua pieces, but no pink pieces yet. And once again, these were very, very expensive, so I won't be buying any here anytime soon. At this point, I was exhausted and getting overwhelmed with just all of the beautiful things, and there was just so many things to look at that I couldn't concentrate anymore. So we got back into the Jeep and moved on to Conway, where we met our friends at the Whole Hog Cafe. The food was really good, and we had a great time. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.